All right. You can please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Any minutes? No minutes, Mr.
No
Chair.
minutes. All right, thank you. Report.
Any reports?
No reports.
No reports, Mr. Chairman.
Correspondence.
Lots of it.
Lots. Yeah, if we take off Corbin Road.
None.
No correspondence.
Yeah.
All right. No other correspondence besides Corbin Road.
No.
Calendar review, Helen. What do we got coming up this week?
We go for today, tomorrow, Beaverhead Deer Lords Working Group. What's that? Thursday, BTAC at 8, survey review at 1:30. Commissioner Haggerty's Friday. CSAA call at 8 on Friday. And I don't have anything for Monday.
Nor do I.
Commissioner Mullen, do you have anything to add to the calendar?
I think Helen covered my meeting or meetings, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you.
Same here, Mr. Chair.
Same with you, okay. We do have that Martinez Gulch Road meeting tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. Safety meeting, for the shop road crew Thursday morning at 7 o'clock. If either of you guys are around, I'll be, traveling at that point. BTEC as well, 8 o'clock, if either of you want to stop by BTEC Thursday morning. I think that's all I had to add to the calendar. But I will be gone Thursday through next Thursday, Thursday to Thursday.
Thursday to Thursday, huh?
Thursday to Thursday, yep. All right. Commissioner reports. Commissioner Mullen, do you have anything to report from last week?
Mr. Chairman, I missed, like I told you, the Mako Tax Committee meeting on Wednesday last week. But I did attend the Many Rivers Whole Health Board meeting on Friday. Don't know what to talk about really. They're still struggling with their billing, with their Medicaid billing. They've hired some professional billers, so it's going to help them get that done. We're sitting on $multi-$100,000 worth of claims that they haven't gotten billed, so they're going to run out of time. You have a year, I think, to bill, and once you don't get it done, legitimate reason, but without a good reason, you're out of luck. So they need to get those things done. They continue to work with Many Rivers or Western Montana Mental Health Center.
Join the meeting.
They have decided primarily that they would tend to not do a consolidation with them, but do they would join with them.
Partner with them?
Completely, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, they're
gonna continue to talk about it. But they think that's what they need to do. They're trying to set up Journey Home in Helena, which would be a receiving and stabilization center for folks with mental illness. They're trying to get that. They own the place, so they're trying to get the funding to set it up and run it. There have been 5 or 6 of those receiving and stabilization homes around Montana in the last few years, and they've all gone broke. They were all run by the local government that was in that community. If this is going to make it, the state needs to find a way to fund these facilities and not leave it up to just the local government. So they're looking at taking a contract with an outfit called Cemetery, which would have them take a look at their entire financial system and make recommendations for changes. kind of spendy. It's gonna cost 50,000 or so to do it, but I think they need it. We continue to talk about difficulties they're having with either their financial statements or their billing, and I think they could use some good help. But that was my meeting last week, Mr.
Right, Commissioner Hegarty?
Nothing to report from last week, Mr. Chair.
Nothing, okay. Thank you, Commissioner. I had a solid waste safety meeting last Wednesday morning, 7:30. Mike was gone, but, let's see, one of the boys, I'm trying to think what his name is. And, yeah, a couple of the folks out there put the meeting on. Jesse did a good job on the safety part of it. I think he did electrical safety. Got a crew out there. They seem to be working well together and doing a good job at the site, so. Had a Southwest Regional Juvenile Detention Board meeting later that morning. They reallocated about 12 grand from the, last year's, what do you call it? Grant, yeah, one of those, words I can't ever think of, the grant. Yeah, they had a little extra, so they reallocated that. I think we came out with a whopping couple $100 or something.
We got
$250 to help with overspending on it. Let's see. They said Missoula's facility raised their rates from $235 a night to $340 a night. We typically don't go to Missoula, though. I think go to Great Falls with our juvenile, and I think it's stayed the same so far, so hopefully we can keep our costs down. We've got one youngster in juvenile detention right now, and pretty much eaten up half of our budget already, and it's only the second month of our fiscal year, so.
In Great Falls, or?
Yeah, in Great Falls, So yeah, that grant hasn't gone up or gone down for several years, so it does help. It gives us about 8 grand of our $16,000 budget, so we'll keep working on that. Gives us a little bit of money to help with the juvenile detention. Clancy Water Sewer District later that evening, they're working on their test wells. They got contract signed to drill a hole or drill a well on the Marks property there, actually south of the legal tender. So kind of in that area between legal tender and Clancy itself, there's some open fields out there. They're also going to test the legal tender well. They're going to pump test it and test it for chemicals and do their normal tests. That'll save them to have to drill their own another test well right there on the legal tender property, since the legal tender already have a well, and they may be able to use that, or at least that area, for their own well if that one turns out good. And I think that was all they talked about on that one. Let's see, this morning we met with the County Road and Bridge Department, talked a little bit about Corbin Road, a little bit about complaints on the new paint striping on the roads, potholes. We kind of put everything on hold while we were working on Corbin. We got to jump off of Corbin, let it pack down for a little while until so we can get a few other things done, and we'll probably be back on Corbin to try to get it improved. Grading on Lump Gulch Road, Clancy Creek. Big cottonwood tree fell down on the road out by the fairgrounds. I gotta go clean that up. Anything else worth? Beaver Dam on Sawmill Gulch. We pull that beaver dam out weekly, it seems like, and he keeps putting it back, so we may have to go into further mitigation on that beaver. After that, we met with the health department. She's been busy working on her community health assessment. They kind of had a final out and they found an error on the final, so they corrected that. Now they have a final out. You're gonna look at that. Hopefully that's the end of the changes on that. School's back in session. Whitehall and Basin going to a 4-day school week. Rest of everybody's staying 5 days a week. Boulder's already on a 4-day week, I guess. One tuberculosis case in the county and working on treatments on that. So that was about it for the health department. Met real quick with our insurance agency, and then with Leah Compton, grants manager for the county, on the ARPA funding and our project out on Building 5. I think that was all we had this morning.
Well, they really track that tuberculosis case close, don't they?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that's some bad stuff. All right, this is time for public comment. Anybody here?
That polio business in Gaza. They're gonna give the vaccine to 600,000 kids in the next month. 600,000 kids, that's half the state of Montana, just in Gaza.
Little strip of land.
All right, folks, we're down to opportunity for public comment. This is time we set aside for folks that want to come in and discuss anything with the commission that's not on the agenda already. We can't make a decision on anything being it's not on the agenda, but you're sure welcome to bring forth anything to the commission that we can help answer any questions, or if there is a decision need to be made, we can put it on a farther out agenda, so.
Like Corbin.
Like Corbin Road, yeah. So yeah, floor's open if you guys want to start us out. We got a few people on Zoom as well.
Go first? Sure. Okay, my name is Jonna Jarenka. I live in Meadowlark Ridge in Jefferson City. I've been a resident of Jefferson County since about 2006, grew up in Helena. I am not only a resident of Jefferson County, but I'm also a custom home builder. I have built the majority of the homes in Meadowlark Ridge and multiple in Sentinel Ridge, and dozens across Jefferson County. So my question, first and foremost, is what is the intentions with Corbin Road?
Okay.
Because it appears to be a little bit unclear to a lot of people.
You guys want to take that or?
I'll start out.
Okay.
The reason we did the project is because the road was shot. There was nothing left to Corbin Road. It was nothing but one patch, another that kept unraveling on us. There was no base under the road. So we had to tear the road up in order to fix the base. So in order to get fixed, even if we ever get to the point we're gonna chip seal it again, we had to do what we did. We had to mill up about 6 inches so that we could create a base. Because all we had now is just water was causing trouble underneath that road. And every time anybody would drive on it, they would beat the asphalt out or the chip seal out. And we'd come along and we'd have to repair it and repair it and repair it and repair it. We couldn't fix it. There wasn't any way we could fix that road. I mean, it was deeply rutted and deeply potholed, you know, so tearing up the surface was the right thing for us to do. We think we're trying something new. We think it'll firm up. We think it'll be a good driving surface. But it's going to take a little time before we're sure. And we may have to get on it and do some more repair yet, get it wet and blade it again and do the things we need to do to get it nice, get us as smooth a surface as we can. Because it's still a little bit rutted, I think, and there's lots of loose gravel on it yet.
Destroy is probably the better word to use.
Hmm?
Destroy is probably the better word to use.
Well, I'm not so sure it's destroyed, but it's,
Do you drive it daily?
I have driven it. I've driven it every day now for a couple of weeks. Yeah.
And you're okay beating your vehicle up on that road?
I drive it at 45 miles and I don't find it entirely rough. I don't drive a car, I drive a pickup. And may make a big difference, but
So what's the plans with it moving forward? Is the intent to re-chip seal it? Or is the intent to leave it the way it is?
the intent would be to get it in a good driving condition and leave it the way it is. We don't intend to chip seal it immediately, no.
Whose decision was it to do this?
Ours.
To just yours? This was never open to public comment. Nobody got to say, yeah, we're okay with you ripping out chip seal and replacing it with dirt?
No, we did not have that discussion. We should have, but we did not.
So I was recently looking at a capital improvement plan dated in October of 2020. And at that point, I don't know if this has been updated, this is the only one that we could find, that Corbin Road was on the road priorities back in 2020. And it says that the recommended improvement was a 3-inch lift of pavement. Can you explain why this is online, but what you guys chose to do
I haven't,
is not?
no, I haven't any idea.
An improvement
And-
plan is a plan. If we get money, we can do that plan. Usually we prioritize throughout the county what we can do if we get some money. So that isn't anything that would happen unless we get extra money that we want to go start down our priority list on roads or bridges or whatever may.
Right,
come.
well, clearly this was a priority because you're saying that our tax dollars are being wasted by filling potholes. And that this shows, now, I understand this was in 2020, that this, the amount of dollars that were allocated to it were $160,000. I imagine that what you guys did cost more than $160,000. Did not.
I don't think so.
Not even close. I actually had my engineer check and see what it would cost to do 3 inches of asphalt on that road right now, and it's at $500,000. So that was definitely out of our, I mean, that's a quarter of our road budget for the entire year. So that was definitely out of it. What we had was a mess. We had a safety issue. We had people beating on us all last year, all this spring. Roads falling apart. You guys need to do something. It's a safety concern. People were driving down the middle of the road to get out of the potholes. So
We're
we had,
still driving down the middle of the road.
yeah,
like-
so anyways, that we had to have attention to it. Our road foreman came up with this dust pause, which they had great luck in other counties. And to me, the road didn't come out what I thought it was gonna come out for sure.
Because it was an experiment, right? Those
Well,
were-
not so much an experiment.
Well, that's
but
what the
for-
words were at the last meeting. I
For,
watched this
for
on-
us, it's an experiment, but for other counties, they've had good luck with it, so. We're still trying to get used to it. We hired the company that sells this stuff to come out and mill it up and put it together and do the best we could with it, but it still didn't come out as what I would have expected, so. We're still working on it, still trying to tweak it in, trying to dial it in to get it to where it's a good road. It should be like very little dust and it should be a hard surface, so. And it's neither of those right now, so. So we're still working on it. We ask for a little patience. I mean, I think, we want to see how this does before we actually try to invest in chip seal on it again. Cause at the worst case scenario, we got it to a good base where we can chip seal it again if this doesn't work out, so.
We can't afford oil products in our budget anymore, in our road budget.
Meaning,
We can't do chip sealing anymore. We don't have the money. Oil's gotten too expensive. We're waiting for the price of oil to come down. Just about every item in our budget, in our road department budget this year that took oil, we eliminated.
so Little Boulder Road. Sure you're familiar with that. Mile was paved this year, was it not?
No,
When was that done?
I have
Little
no,
Boulder
we don't pave roads.
Yeah, we haven't paved the road since I've been a commissioner.
We've never paved a
Been
mile
10
of
years.
road.
We used millings on it. Most of our roads around here have got millings on it, cause when they mill the interstate, they give us a lot of the millings and we can go lay those down and almost get an asphalt. And we were hoping that they would do the north end of the county so we could do this road, but they haven't as of yet committed to milling.
You
up
said a
the
Little
interstate.
Boulder Road?
Yeah, I was told, Little Boulder Road going up past I'm not familiar with Boulder as well as I am with Jefferson City.
It's
It
millings,
goes past
that transfer station out there.
the
Fairgrounds,
fairgrounds.
Yep,
Yeah. I was told that a mile of it was paved and another mile of it was chip sealed, so that's not true.
well, that's a state highway. If you're talking about the Whitetail Road, it was just previously done maybe last year with a grant, but that's a highway. That's probably what they're talking about. if they're
Yeah, that's
talking
a
about
state highway.
asphalt.
That's not the county doing that.
Okay,
Little Boulder Road's got millings on it, which looks a lot like asphalt, but it's
and is Lower Valley Road the same?
same thing.
Okay,
We did a pretty good improvement when the MDOT did a road construction project by the hot springs there. They tore all that up out, so they kind of improved our Lower Valley Road so they could do a detour on it. I can't remember, they just patched it a little bit and did some chip seal on it, but it was already a mill filled road, so. Yeah,
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you how this impacts us. As I'm sure you've heard in a lot of your emails and so on and so forth, I know I expressed it in an email that I wrote. Do you guys understand, I'm sure you do, but how property taxes are assessed? Like how we are told how much property taxes we are to pay?
Yeah, we understand
you
that.
know,
Which is done now, the tax assessors, they used to have to go around and look at properties and what have you. Now they have full access to MLS. And if your home is not sold on MLS, they check it on Zillow, which always has like a photo of the home and the property. So would you agree that paving your driveway, I don't know who in here has paved driveways, but I do, and I pave a lot of them, increases the property value of your home?
I would imagine so, yeah.
It does. And it also increases the property value of your home by having a paved road from when you leave Helena to when you arrive at your house. Agreed?
I would say so.
Okay. So our property taxes are based off of what homes have sold or what we purchased our current home for.
I don't
Which
think
means
they-
now, if you guys intend on leaving that road dirt, everyone in that area is either, will guarantee their property values are going down.
I don't think their house is appraised on whether or not that road out to their house is paved.
So you don't think that that makes any difference?
I don't think
on-
so.
It
I think
absolutely does.
asphalt on their property would make a difference, but I don't think having a paved road to their house makes a dunk on
It
them.
absolutely does.
Makes no difference to the Department of Revenue. I bet they're gonna assess that house at the same value regardless.
And they're reappraised every 2 years.
I can tell you that if that road was in that shape, when my property was for sale, I never would have bought it.
Well, it could be, but it's,
That's not, it could be,
And
that
that's,
but
is-
it has
That's
nothing to
how-
do with the value of your home.
it does, it absolutely does. Because right now, listed in Meadowlark Ridge is the most expensive home in our entire valley. It's listed at $2.2 million. For someone, what is special about Meadowlark Ridge, which I have made a great living in doing, in building homes in there for people who come here, who want to live in the mountains, but have the accommodations of somewhat city living. They know they're not having to drive on dirt. People have purchased vehicles knowing that they're not driving on dirt.
It's a mile, isn't it? It's about a
It
mile.
is.
Yeah.
And as,
So it's not on dirt.
It's
They
not up
drive,
there, yeah.
they drive most of the way out here on oiled roads and they drive a mile to their home on dirt, on gravel, on a hard surface gravel road.
it is a dirt road that is rough, that already has washboards
Well,
on it.
We're gonna have to
It's a
get,
dirt road. No, now let me finish my thought.
Uh.
The point is that $2.2 million home now is not going to attract the buyers that would buy a $2.2 million home because they don't want to drive on dirt. This is what I do for a living.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you guys did this with zero public comment, zero input, I can guarantee you, if you would have asked the residents who travel that road dozens of times a day, I have my husband, myself, my daughter, we all drive it at least 2 to 3 times a day. If we would have preferred it to be left the way it was and patched or have it the way it is today, we all would have said, leave it the way it was. Every single one of us.
and everybody would have complained about the chuck holes next spring.
Yeah, well, at least
Yeah.
they know that they made that choice. We didn't make this choice. We all purchased land in that area knowing that it was a paved road to get there. And then you rip it out and you replace it with dirt with no explanation. We would be fine if there is a plan to chip seal it. But as of what I'm hearing, there is no plan to chip seal it.
There is no plan to chip seal. No,
So we have another route too. I mean, if everybody up there is unhappy with the road and what the county can do with the road financially, you guys have an RMD in your subdivision already, you pay into your roads. We can extend or build a new RMD that encompasses that road and everybody up there can pay into it and you guys can,
you can pave it.
you can maintain that road however you feel fit. But we're the county, we got hundreds and hundreds of miles that we gotta deal with, so. So that's another option that we can throw
We
out
can
there.
create a new special district, yeah.
So
So
you're talking
you
about all
ripped it
this money
out.
up there.
And you want us to fix it.
Well, it was a
It's
dirt
our
road to
road.
start with. It was a chip seal dirt road. That's
So
what
we
it
want a
was.
chip seal dirt road.
Okay,
That's what we want.
and we'd have to figure that out in the budget if we can afford to do that.
We can't.
The point is it shouldn't have been done without public comment,
Well,
because all of these people that have been emailing you are pissed.
We can tell
I
that.
understand that, but maintaining the road is our job. It's not your job. Taking care of that road is the county's job. We're trying to improve the road. You folks don't much care if it's improved or not.
There is.
You just want the
no-
surface to be
this-
hard.
this
That's all you
is
care about.
Not an improvement.
Thump,
No,
thump, 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 down the road you go with the chuckles. Thump, 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 thump. You're driving on a gravel road and you go thump, 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 thump down the gravel road. What's the difference? Huh? What's
You
the
just
difference?
told us it's your job to improve it.
We are improving it.
No, you're not.
No.
No, that was not an improvement.
Only been done for 2 weeks, people.
And it's trash.
It's
And
not trash.
it is.
No, I don't agree.
Well, we don't agree with you.
Oh, we'll wait till
And we
next,
live
we'll
there.
wait till next spring and see.
Wait till the winter when people are in the ditch because there's no runoff and it's a muddy shithole out there. Then what are we gonna do? Wow.
So like we plow every road in the county.
So when it's soft, because it's moist, now you're going to just rip everything out? Because that's what's gonna happen, because I plow the other roads up there.
When it's soft.
When there is snow and ice on the road, it's going to be soft. It's going to be mud, and you're going to plow this? In what capacity are you gonna plow anything?
We know how to plow roads.
As do I, because I do the entire neighborhood up there.
And we
How
know,
are you gonna do that road?
we know how to plow roads. We'll take care of those.
Okay.
No problem.
How are we going to do this? I want an answer.
How are you gonna plow? We plow the county road.
I know that.
The county does.
How are we gonna do it when it's muddy and slushy and full of snow?
We've got thousands of miles of road in the county. We've cut
Of
them every year.
roads, not dirt roads, of roads that are paved. Much different topic, my friend, much different.
We got more dirt roads than
boy,
we
you-
have
you've
hard
lost me.
surface roads.
Yeah. This road isn't paved. It's just like the other roads that we plow.
So how are we gonna do it? Because it's gonna get destroyed,
I will
more
say
so
this,
than it already is.
I grew up there, in Corbin. Okay, 25 years I was up there. As a kid, it was a dirt road, and that's all it was. There was never mud, ever. And it got plowed, it got taken care of, we didn't have any problems. Yes, granted, you had your warts, but other than that, I mean, it wasn't that bad. And I mean, then I came along the mine, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Then the mine comes in, that was their request, they did that. And had that road put up through there, other than that, the county never did that. That was back in 83 or 84, is when the mine had that put in, and I still lived there at that time. So that's how your paved road came to be all the way to Jeff City.
And now it's destroyed. Because of you.
Actually, it was destroyed because of you and your house building out there. All the cement trucks, all the
Garbage
trucks, all the
trucks,
traffic,
cement trucks, those are. the
all
things
that stuff
destroy it.
completely destroyed that road that it was never
And who
designed. for.
benefits from that? The taxpayers pay taxes to run this
No,
county.
a little bit, yeah.
A little bit,
What's the road tax in Jefferson County, do you know? Per property, yeah, you don't know.
About $100 a house or
Yeah,
less.
that's what the county gets,
That's what we get.
$100 per
each
house.
Look at your tax bill. It's very low for our road maintenance people. You'd be surprised.
You're paying about $100 in taxes each house out there for maintaining that road. And that's what you're paying. Yes, you are. That's what you
It
can.
wasn't our intention to make the road worse, just so you know. We didn't tear it up to have a dirt road. When we were having these meetings, we were told that dust pods would set up almost like concrete or better than asphalt. That's what we were told. They put it down, it didn't come out the way it is, so
So when does that happen?
we're giving it a chance to settle in. You guys are packing it down for us, trying to get some of those ruts out. If you can drive off the side of the ruts so we can get it kind of leveled out. We're gonna go back in and see if we can smooth it out, get it improved. They swept it off. I think that helped a lot with the dust and the gravel that was on top of the hard surface road. So, I think it just needs a little bit of patience, and I think in the winter, we shouldn't have the mud problem. It should set up fairly strong, almost like I say, like concrete or asphalt the way it is. It shouldn't turn to mud. I sure hope it doesn't turn to mud, because we definitely don't want mud up there. But I guess there's not much, information on dust pods. I don't know if you guys looked at that, but everybody I've talked to said there's very little information on dust pods, so we're mostly relying on our neighbors and how they've been doing it for many of years and had great luck with it, so. If I'd have known it would have turned out like a dirt road, I probably wouldn't have voted for, tearing up the existing, chip seal up there, but something had to be done with it. Whether it be now or a different year, this year, our budget is like the worst year I've ever had since I've been a commissioner. And that's all due to different circumstances.
Yet our property taxes have tripled in
They have.
4 years.
They have.
And you guys.
And the
aren't
county
paying
does, the
any
county
of that.
doesn't benefit from your taxes going up. It doesn't benefit. We get half the rate of inflation every year. We can raise our taxes a half a rate of inflation, so. I think we were 2.9, did you say, Ginger?
2.8.
2.8%. That's our whole budget. We can raise it 2.8% more. That doesn't even cover the extra cost of all of our employees, the extra cost of all our gasoline, everything that we use in the county goes up this much, but we can raise our taxes this much. So everybody's taxes going up doesn't go into the county coffers. It gets spread around everywhere. So if yours went up, somebody else's went down. That's kind of how that works. It's very confusing, but that's how it works.
Excuse me, I'm online. May I chime in a bit?
Yeah, Tim, go ahead.
As a licensed and registered professional engineer for the state of Montana, I do challenge the fact that the road was improved, the structural integrity of the road. The base course that was put on was not a crushed base course, and therefore allowing a structural building of the road. Granted, the chip seal was falling apart, but it did add a structural component. The sloping was inadequate. I will give you that. There is more grade now for the runoff to occur. However, the ditches are still inadequate. I can appreciate the challenges that the county is going through as far as budgeting, because the world price of oil has increased, and there's nothing anybody in this meeting can ever do to affect that other than wait for the world price of oil to come down. Asphalt is not likely an affordable fix. I get that. However, I do challenge that the structural integrity has been improved. I think it's been taken away, and I can appreciate the difficulty that the commissioners are facing with the residents of Metal Arc now being upset. However, I do challenge the fact that the road has been improved from a structural standpoint, and ultimately the safety. The dust palliative, if there was a dust palliative that was placed, is not working. There is a substantial dust cloud from every vehicle that goes by on a hot summer day, and that will continue until a dust palliative is mixed in, such as mag chloride in the top 6 inches or even top 3 inches. If a mag chloride is put in there, that would help. But again, that's just, I just wanted to give my opinion, my thoughts. But I do challenge that the structural integrity of the road was improved by this process. So thank you for the opportunity for giving my comment.
Thank you, Tim. Is there anybody else online that wants to comment while we're commenting right now?
Yeah, we need to move on.
Yeah, we got the rest of our meeting to move forward to, so. Nobody online, okay. You guys have anything else to close out, or?
Well, I would like to hear your response to what Tim had to say.
That's not my specialty as far as the road. I mean, the road was failing as is, so. I agree with him. Probably the dust pods product didn't put as good or, structural top on it, I guess, compared to chip sealing, but. I don't know. I'm not a specialist in road building or whatever. When we did the dust pods, it was supposed to be just as good, or if not better than chip seal, definitely better than mag chloride, so that's all I know.
And at that point, we were told that Livingston has used this and it's been good for them. It's been productive. They've had to do less work and upkeep on the roads where they can, less maintenance, but still keep it up.
So since it didn't work. We
We're
just,
not giving up on it yet. Okay. We have to go in and water it a little bit again, shape it a little bit again. I'm not sure what all we need to do. The road foreman should be here. He should be the person who should be discussing this with you guys, not us, but. But we have work we have to do yet. We're aware of that, but we're trying to wait a few days to let the traffic push down if there's any soft spots. Let the road continue to firm up.
Would machinery be the better option, buy a car?
Pardon me?
Wouldn't machinery be the better option, buy vehicles?
What?
Like if we're trying to get it smooth, wouldn't a roller be the?
Well, we're trying to stay off it for a few days right now.
With the heavy stuff. But still cement trucks and everything else going up there, the normal traffic of the road. I mean, we've got other jobs to do in the county. We can't be on a roller day and night trying to get that to settle in, so that the traffic does pound that down.
We'll re-roll it after we wet it again, but shape it.
It needs a blade. It needs a motor grader.
Yep, and that's planned. That's planned, so we just ask for patience. We want to see if we can get this thing dialed in so it's acceptable. That's what we're hoping. Everybody's got a little patience with us. And like at some point we'll have to decide if it's gonna pass muster or not, but we don't want to give up on the product that we were promised that it worked so well, and it's not so far, so. All right, anything else from anybody? All right, we'll move on down our agenda here. Thank you for being here.
Is Corbin Road on your agenda till it's squared away?
It's always on our agenda. Public comments, you can come in, you can come to our road meeting. That's usually a better place to talk about this because our road foreman's here.
When is that?
That's at 10 o'clock, pretty much every Tuesday morning. But check with us before you come because we do skip weeks, like we should be here next week, but not the following week. We've got conferences, so before you drive down, make sure you check with Helen or somebody, make sure we're gonna be here.
we didn't come to the 10 o'clock meeting because it said public comment, so I didn't know we were
gotcha.
allowed to come.
Yeah, all our meetings are public, so you're welcome to come to any of our meetings.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks you guys. All right, moving on, resolution 23-24 fixed tax levies. All right, adopt final budget for Jefferson County fiscal year 2025. Do we have a fixed tax levies one, Helen, or
Yeah, we do that one first, though.
we do the
For
final
some
budget
reason.
first?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think that's where they're numbered.
It's on this agenda.
You gotta approve the money before you spend it.
Oh, well, I
Yeah.
got the
Is
numbers
it just-
backwards. I'll have to
this
put
is-
some numbers on the resolutions.
it's just backwards.
Yeah.
So we need to do
Yeah.
What's it?
we do the levies first?
Yeah,
Okay. No, you got it right. Oh, you got them wrong on here then.
yeah, I got the numbers. mixed up
Okay.
on them.
You'll just have to change it on here.
Yep.
The agenda is fine. Okay, so resolution 23-2024 fixed tax levies for Jefferson County fiscal year 2024-25. The Board of County Commissioners of Jefferson County, Montana has compiled and reviewed the proposed budget for fiscal year 24-25 as required by law, and whereas the value of a mill has been determined at 44,191 countywide, and the value of 40,908 outside city limits. With other values as stated and certified by the Department of Revenue in the state of Montana, whereas the Board of County Commissioners of Jefferson County, Montana adopted resolution 2324, which adopted the budget for fiscal year 24-25. So we must have to do the budget before this, huh?
It shouldn't matter, but
We're doing them both at the same time anyway.
yeah.
So there's a list of levies down here: general road, bridge, weed, all the way down, special districts, city levies, special assessment districts. Additional assessment is for approved voters in district on June 92 hereby impose the owners of structures and properties within the Boulder mosquito district. That's just a special levy there. Anything else?
We will have to amend that because we don't have all the school levies and we don't have the town of Lifeall levy yet.
So there's a few spaces to be
Mhm.
changed in here. Okay,
County one's just on the school and
counties are all good, the schools are just lagging behind.
The schools have been submitted and we're waiting for OPI to say yes or no. And then they'll have to amend again because the two schools in that very south east end.
And the good news is it'll affect each taxpayer differently because some are in different districts. Either high school or grade school districts or library districts or something, but we're about 16 mills fewer than we were a year ago. Over for all the county mills, just the county, not
Mhm.
counting schools and cities and any other districts, but just the things that the county taxes for. We'll do 182 total mills this year, and we were 198 last year. So-
Okay.
So that's an improvement. Unfortunately, people's valuations may have gone up some, so they may still pay more money, but. And the schools may charge more, or somebody else may.
the main thing is that we have to adopt it today for the law.
Right, to
So the
stay
county-
within the law.
Right.
Well, we can amend the school budget, or we can amend this when we get to
I think
school.
we did it like 3 times last year.
Yeah.
We usually-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a constant thing. All right, any more comment on this one? I'd entertain a motion.
Yeah, we had challenges, our insurance costs were up, what did you say, 18%, I think our insurance
We've had some.
was up
bad years in the
overall
attorney.
16 or 18%. That's tough. Gave a 3% raise to our employees.
Cover the insurance costs.
Yeah.
I would like to say that I really appreciate you folks' hard work. Terry, commissioners, Ginger, all the employees working hard on this budget and levy for a very difficult year. And I think you do a great job for us. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
No, then I would entertain a motion then, Mr. Chairman, or I would make a motion to approve resolution 2024 to fix the tax levies.
thank you, Commissioner. Do I have a second?
I second, but does that have to have that include being amended? You have to have that in what the motion was made?
No,
Okay,
this is what it is
As
till-
is,
until we
right now.
amend, until we amend it. Yeah.
second.
All right, any other comment? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all right, that one passes unanimously.
Okay.
Kinda. All right, our last
Unanimous.
resolution of the day, resolution 2024, adopt final budget for Jefferson County fiscal year 24-25. Kind of the same preamble.
Kind of looking for Bob Marks, but Bob isn't here. He'd have had a lot to say about that budget, probably.
All right, unless anybody has any questions on this, I'd entertain a motion for approval or resolution 2024.
I would move resolution 2424, Mr. Chairman.
All right, we have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
I would second that, Mr. Chair,
All right.
discussion.
Any other discussion, comment?
Yes, based on the final budget from the basis of what I've seen in the Jefferson Local Developmental Committee. This is my suggestion, do not approve that, because they haven't spent any money, they just keep using the same money, and there's been no progress shown. Until they show any other progress, I feel that it shouldn't be considered.
Okay. Any other comment? Discussion?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We've all talked about our economic development, and I'm not sure what the solution is yet, but I don't think it's right just to cut them off right now. I think maybe they should be told a year from now that we're gonna be in a different position, but there's 2 or 3 people that work out of there that would be harmed, I guess, if we didn't fund the budget, so.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I mean,
But I expect something this year, you know,
Right.
let's not just give them, it's not a great deal of money, but it's enough.
Right.
We fund a position or two.
I think we're in a position now that they need to, you know, we've been telling them for years that they need to be self-sufficient and, you know, it's come to that point now, I think, that you have this year of county funding, but next year you're kind of on your own. I think we're to the point now where the county doesn't have that extra money. We don't have the metal mines money coming in anymore, and that account is shrinking and it'll be gone.
Now, we've got 2 or 3 years worth of money left in that fund, so
Yeah,
funding these positions, that's what
Yep.
they fund, so.
and we fund other county portions too, so when that dries up, we're gonna be another hole for the county, not just JLDC, but other county
Yeah, we use
entities.
hard rock mining money, and we can use that for either economic development or planning.
Yeah,
So if you don't mind, I just want to thank you, Dan, for bringing that up, because I think it's an important thing to note. I kind of think that like 6 months from now, we should start that steps. You got 6 months, you got 5 months, maybe we should be starting that process of, so that by next August, we're like,
right.
but I wanted to say thank you for taking that out and doing that, because I know that this is hard, the whole thing's hard.
I guess my concern also is, and I understand people are trying to survive, but why an extra $2,000 at this point when there's been no progress, with all due respect,
Yeah,
that much money.
well, it's been a mess after mess after mess for many years and.
Yeah, we
the
never guarantee anything with economic development, you know,
Just a
it's always a shot in the dark.
Point of information, Chairman. Under whose purview does this committee operate? Any specific commissioner, or is it the 3 of you together?
I'm on the board.
You're on the board.
Yep, I'm on the JLDC board, but we as a commission look at their budget and approve the budget.
So you're gonna be the messenger.
Yeah, oh yeah, and they know about it.
Okay.
It's not like it's gonna be a surprise to them. We've been hinting about it for many years, so. They just need to know now that the time has come that,
I had a meeting with them,
Probably not as
was
good.
last week or the week before, and it was discussed by them, they brought it up, like,
you know,
they're trying to figure out their stuff.
figure out self-sufficiency,
Ginger, when are we out of metal mines? 2027?
Probably.
I haven't looked at that in a bit, but it is going down and.
It's close to that. That's a
Yeah.
couple of years yet. so
2 or
that's
3
close
years.
to that, Tim.
Last time I checked it, about 2 or 3 years.
All right, any other comment on this one?
Oh, other than that, I agree with everything else. I disagree with that, but yeah, I'm good.
All right, no other comment. I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Nay.
2 ayes and a nay. All righty, that passes by 1 vote. All right, anything else for the good of the order?
Did I share that? Well, I'm
I
gonna
don't
have
think
to have
anybody
the whole
did, did
thing
they?
on.
Yeah, these guys signed it.
All right, thank you for everybody, everyone for signing on. We're gonna shut the meeting off now. Have a good day.